Sorry we had to get you up at this hour, Mr. Grant.
I thought I was on vacation. What's it all about?
I can't tell you that.
Where are we going?
I can't tell you that either.
Well, the only way we can reach that clot is from inside the brain. So we've decided to put a surgical team and crew into a submarine, reduce it way down in size, and inject it into an artery.
You mean I'm going along?
As part of the crew, yes.
Well, hey there again, beautiful people. Welcome to another Fantastic Build series with me. I got a good one for you, I believe. It is the Fantastic Voyage Proteus from Mobius. I think it's 132 scale. This is a request build for somebody that I'm doing for somebody. I've done this build a couple of times in my time. It's been quite a few years, so I kind of sort of remember how to put it together. Of course, I probably need the instructions a little bit, but let us take a look at this thing and see what we've got going here. Okie dokie, so here are the parts. This is everything. I've got them spread out as best as I can. As I'm telling you, Mobius always does a fantastic job when they manufacture model kits. I mean, it's like, whoa. Because I have built a few models, back in the old days. And then when I build these, it's just like a breath of fresh air. You know, the technology. It's just technology gets better, and I guess computers and 3D technology and stuff like that just makes it so much better. But so here are all the parts. Now my client, he doesn't want it lighted, so this thing is not going to be lighted in any way. But the ones I have done, I have lighted. But yeah, and he wants the two halves, he wants them glued down, so I'm going to glue it down. And then you say, well, wait a minute, you ain't going to be able to see that the lab. Well, you should be able to a little bit if I leave the door open. Where is the door? It's been a while since I've done this, so I'm just kind of having to regroup. Well, there's the hatch opening. Where is the door? Is that the door? I think that's part of it. Okay, so there's part of the door. There's some wings. That kind of looks familiar, don't it? Looks like Spindrift a little bit. And then the little lab parts. Yeah, this is going to be fun. This is going to be really fun. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do this. If I'm going to put everything together, put it all together, and then paint it, or put it in half. Paint it. Go ahead, paint it while it's in its half mode, and then put it together. And I'm just not really sure what I'm going to do yet, but I will figure that out and figure out what to do. But yeah, look at that nice detail right there, very nice. So, and then the window, it looks like you got the gasket too, very nice, very, very nice. And then there's your sink, pretty cool, and your dome. Some of your seats, yeah, some of the seats, very nice. So I've got to wash these parts and soak them in that detergent and get that going real good, and then we will get started on this build. Oh, I wanted to tell you, as you can see, you're going to have some masking to do here. If you've done this kit, you probably know that, but because this floor is like a light green, and I believe this is tan? I believe it's what it is. So this floor is like, so I'm going to need some good tape, and y'all will be so glad to know that I finally got some different tape other than that blue nasty junk. I got several types of this blue stuff, and then I've got just some regular duck masking tape. I'm gonna see how this works, and then I saw this frog tape. Keeps paint out, keeps lines sharp. If it does what they say it does, then this stuff should work very nicely. Of course, we will see if that's a lie or not. But I thought, shoot, I'm gonna try it out. So hopefully that will work. So I'm just gonna try it out. It can't be no worse than this blue stuff. So we will try that out and see what to do from there. So, okay, so, let me wash these parts up real quick. Let me get them dried up and ready to go, and then we will start doing some assembling, painting. It looks like a lot more painting than assembly right now, so let me do that real quick, and then I'll get right back with you. Alrighty, I got the parts painted, or primed and painted, I should say. These are primed. The exterior parts and the interior parts are primed, and then I painted them the beige color. You can see there, it looks pretty good. And what I used for the painting was the TS46 light sand, and that seemed to work really well. Seems to have a nice color. In fact, that might work for the Jupiter too if I do one again one of these days, which I'm sure I will. So now I gotta go in there and I've got to just really work on some interior parts and get those going. But everything seems to look really well so far. Like I said, these parts are primed. I'm just kind of priming them real good. I did paint the interior of this thing real quick. But, so yeah. So that's that. So let me go in there and start doing some painting on these trees. And taking some of the stuff off too, I reckon. But yeah, a lot of painting on the trees. And just get this thing ready for, get it ready to assemble. Okay, so what I think I'm going to do now, I'm going to start off with the green. You know, you've got the green countertops, isn't that quite 60s? And green floor, yeah, green countertops and stuff. And I think I'm going to start with that first, and I'm going to use this stuff right here, Vallejo. What is that? EOD, I have no idea. D green, I guess is what it is. DE green. It's got some kind of, looks like French or something. Okay, anyways. But this is the stuff I'm going to use from Vallejo, DE green, I guess. Since I have this Vallejo, I'm just going to paint some of these on with a regular old brush. And then that should help me, and it shouldn't. But of course, this I will have to definitely airbrush that on. Seems like the tape is hugging the surface a whole heap better than the other stuff, so hopefully we will have a winner. We shall see what happens. So let me go paint this up real quick, and then I will get right back with you. Okay, tape is off. I'm gonna tell you something. I am extremely happy the way this this floor turned out. I want to thank y'all for your suggestion on this tape. Whoever that was, I can't remember who that was, but yes, this frog tape works. I mean, it works. I could tell it worked by the way it went on. There is a little place right there, and actually that's the part that has the Vallejo part on it, so I should be able to touch that up right there. Also, I think I've got to paint that box right there silver, and it's still just a little bit wet. You could see a little shiny spot right there, but I'm going to tell you something. You just cannot beat... There's a little place right there where I think I need to touch up just a little bit. Yeah, just a little bit. But you cannot beat Vallejo paints. I'm just going to tell you, their paints are so smooth. And check this out. See, all this was taped up, and there is not 1 ounce of tape crap on it. Not one. It's clean. So again, thank you so much for your suggestion on this. Whoever you were, thank you. Okay, so that is that. Thank God that worked out nicely, so I can start getting some stuff done with that. Okay, to show you a quick look, everything has been painted, and so it's all ready for assembly now, which I'm not going to do that on this video. We will wait till next week or the week after, whatever comes, and then we will start assembling this thing on this base right here. And I just tell you again, I mean, just look at how clean that floor turned out. I mean, it's nearly, I won't say it's perfect, I say it's nearly perfect. But here are some of the detail work on some of the consoles. And there's this little box thingy. I may have to do a couple little touch-ups. I may have to do another coat on some silver trim, I see, but everything looks pretty good, I think. And there's the back counter. I think it turned out pretty clean. And there's your seats and everything. So all this, I will assemble all this on the next episode. So I just wanted to show you what I got so far, and I'm very, very pleased with it. Very pleased with it. So, and then there's a little decal right there for that little thing. That's pretty cool. I got to put the decal on that little white screen right there. You can also see the decals on the little dials, on the gauges and stuff. Also here, decals are kind of brittle. I'm not sure why, but they are a little bit brittle, so you have to kind of be careful. And then there's some of the paints that's all the paints I use for detail work. So yeah, a lot of colors. So okay. Oh, and also I wanted to show you what I think I just finished it. I hope I finished it. Let's see. Yeah, yet another robot I just finished. Yeah, another one. And I think he looks pretty good. I think he's just about ready. This is not the one that was on YouTube before. This is a completely different one. I really do want to, I really want to end up one day and replacing those holes and those brains right there. I want to use the paragraphics one of these days, but we'll do that at some point. Not sure when, but we will do that at some point. Let me take a second to talk for you. Yeah, that's the truth. So yeah, that's my little robot there, so. Another one to replace the other one on my listing, so. Pretty good. This time, what I did that I didn't do on the other one was I used the two eyes on this one. I didn't use the eyes on the other one. I wished I did, but I didn't. And that's just the way that goes. But this one, I'm glad I did that. It kind of makes him look a whole lot better. But okay, so So these are finished. These are ready for assembly. So next step will definitely be assembly on the next videos. Okay, y'all. I believe that's going to do it for this part. That should wrap it up as far as all the detail painting goes. I like to, when I can, I like to get everything painted on the trees or the sprue, and then once done, I'm able to put it on there and then just kind of touch up where it was cut off from the sprue. Sometimes you can't do that, but on this build, pretty much you can do that. So next build should be just mostly assembling. That's it. So just pretty much assembling. So okay, I hope you enjoyed this build. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and please stay tuned for part 2. So until then, which will be I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 weeks, maybe a week, I'm not sure yet, but it'll be coming soon. So until then, boys and girls, stay safe, take care, and keep modeling.